The 118th session of Congress is ending as it began. Republican chaos, confusion, no clear sense of a majority leader. Congressional Republicans now have just 33 hours to avert a government shutdown right before the holidays because Donald Trump and Elon Musk decided last minute to decimate what was a bipartisan proposal. House Democrats made clear they are not willing to bend to Republican demands or bail them out. The current funding expires at 12:01 a.m. Saturday morning. Joining me now is Representative Brad Sherman from California, a member on the House Foreign Affairs and Financial Services Committees. I've got some overseas news to ask you about, but before we get to that, I do want to ask you about where the negotiations stand. Hakeem Jeffries, the Democratic leader in the House, has said Democrats will not bail out Republicans on this. Does he aim to stand by that, in your view? Should he stand by that?
Look, we entered into a 1,500-page agreement. We agreed on every semicolon and every comma. We were ready to pass it on Tuesday, and then, out of nowhere, comes Elon Musk threatening every Republican with a primary challenge, a well-funded primary challenge, if they vote for it. This is not bargaining in good faith. We bargained with Republicans. We made a deal. And that's the deal that we should pass. And if the Republicans put that deal on the floor right now, it will pass. But they're using their power by being a majority of the House to not even allow us to vote on the compromise legislation.
Democrats have negotiated with Republicans before, as you know, and gotten burned. I'm thinking of the bipartisan border security deal, also sunk by Donald Trump under the impression that, hey, just wait till I'm in office and I'll get a better deal. That seems to be the calculation from Trump and Musk and others now. Are they baiting Democrats here to some degree, saying you guys are going to get blamed for this? Biden's still president, not on our watch.
I think they want to burn down the House if they can blame Democrats for the fire. But the fact is that the facts are their fingerprints are all over the gasoline containers. And we will be able to tell the American people why the government shut down. The deal was there. And Musk has said that we should pass no new statutes between now and January 20th, which means the government has to shut down between now and January 20th. So the evidence is right there. It's in writing. It's on Twitter. Both President Musk and Vice President Trump, I may have that reversed, or I may have it correct, have made their positions quite clear. So we have a deal. That's the deal. And I think it's, your international audience is going to find this perhaps entertaining, but certainly peculiar. This is not the way a mature country operates.
Yeah. I mean, listen, that's almost an evergreen statement, Congressman, given events of the last several months and years. I do want to turn overseas now to events we witnessed in South Korea, a short attempt by then-President Yoon Suk-yeol to declare martial law here. You said following that declaration that, quote, President Yoon's appalling decision thus undermines South Korea's most important defense element, its strategic alliance with the United States. Does the way South Korea has since responded, including via his impeachment, does it save the strength of that alliance?
Well, the alliance is based in part on the history of the 1950s and how we fought together. But to a much greater extent, the alliance is based on a shared dedication to democracy and the rule of law. And we've seen democracy and the rule of law operate in South Korea. The martial law lasted only a few hours. The impeachment is going forward. It's a peculiar system in South Korea now because they've got 3 vacancies on their constitutional court, and it takes 6 votes to uphold this impeachment decision. So we'll see what happens. But democracy in South Korea was challenged, and it survived, and it seems to be going forward the way it should. What incensed me about President Yoon's statement was he was saying he's doing the martial law declaration for national security reasons. You know, we're partners on national security when it comes to South Korea. We've got 30,000 troops there. We've got a hell of an intel system watching what North Korea does every day. And there was obviously no national security reason for that sudden declaration of martial law, as proven not only by U.S. intel at the time, but events that have occurred since then.
Yeah.
If there was an imminent threat of a North Korean invasion, where's the North Korean invasion?
Are you concerned about President-elect Donald Trump's commitment to the U.S.-South Korea alliance? You'll remember in his first term, he suspended joint military exercises, large ones with South Korea, as a favor, in effect, to the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un as he pursued a nuclear deal there. That was met with alarm by folks I know in the Pentagon here, but also in the South Korean military. Do you believe Trump will shore up that alliance or perhaps weaken it?
You're asking me to predict what Donald Trump is going to do? Are there no psychics available to you on your home street? They would stand a better chance. I have no idea. I would think that the fact that South Korea spends a lot of money and a lot of effort on its own national defense will put them in one of Donald Trump's better categories. I think the failure to cut a deal with Kim Jong-un with a kind of fly by the seat of the pants diplomacy that was tried last time may cause him not to pursue it this time. And I think that he won't be changing our policy on the Korean Peninsula because he'll be focused on the Middle East and Ukraine.
Well, we'll be watching closely, as I'm sure you will be. Representative Brad Sherman, we do appreciate you joining.